It's only God who knows. That's one risk. If you died before, what happens to your children or people who are depending on you? What happens to your elderly father who is already diabetic and medically depending on you? What happens to your mom who has arthritis and also blood pressure and also financially depending on you? What happens to your children? You've got a 2-year-old child, you've got a 5-year-old child, you got one that just went to kindergarten the other day, you got one that has just joined primary school. What will happen to such people that are depending on you? Death is
that you're talking about long-term wealth creation.
Yes.
What role does insurance play?
Now, you see, as you go about your day-to-day investment, you realize that there are also risks.
Yes.
And I will talk about 3 risks, for example.
Please.
Do you know there are people who are so busy now preparing for their weekend because they've got big parties coming up? Maybe there's a wedding coming up. Maybe there's a Odhoni coming up. Many functions coming up over the weekend, which is a few days from now. And some of those guys will be in mortuary by that day. They'll not be alive.
Okay.
Some people will not be alive on Saturday.
True.
They are alive today. They are okay, in perfect health, no complaints at all. They have no issues. Financially, they are okay. But on Saturday, they'll be dead. It can be me. It can be anyone. You are here busy planning, but you don't know where you're going to be on Saturday. It's only God who knows. That's one risk. If you died before, what happens to your children or people who are depending on you? What happens to your elderly father who is already diabetic and medically depending on you? What happens to your mom who has arthritis and also blood pressure and also financially depending on you? What happens to your children? You've got a 2-year-old child, you've got a 5-year-old child, you got one that just went to kindergarten the other day, you got one that has just joined primary school. What will happen to such people that are depending on you? Death is one of the risks. The other risk is disability. There are people who were okay until yesterday, but as they were driving home from their various business or non-business engagements, they got involved in accidents. Some of them have become disabled and they'll be disabled for life. They'll not walk again, they'll not talk again, they'll not work again. But what happens to their financial obligations? That risk is critical illness. Today we are all here and okay.
Yes.
But do you know, most of us are carrying terminal illnesses without knowledge. It's when you go for medical checkup and the doctors do a test, this test or the other one, that you see them getting a bit shocked. That you are still walking and it should actually be nice.
You should be dead.
Or should be dead.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
A lot of their people are having those terminal illnesses. It is because of these unforeseen risks that insurance comes in. Your agenda was to build a fund to buy a house for you or to build a house for you. But what happens if you get to this roadblock that has been caused by a risk of disability? Do you want now to stop working towards building or buying the house? Now start focusing on the illness?
On the health.
That's where the insurance comes in to give you cushion. That in the event of a disruption caused by risk, death, disability or critical illness, the ultimate financial agenda will still be accomplished because the insurance will come in and cushion that member.
Yes.
So if it's the goal that was meant for the family, the cushioning now will take care of those that you've left behind.
Yes.
If you got involved in an accident and you're left disabled, the cushion now comes and takes care of you, that you don't have now to start depending on the money that was meant for the construction.
Yes.
The insurance company gives you some extra cash,
yes,
which will sustain you. In the meantime, what you had saved for the house will continue with that agenda.
The project will go on.
Yes, but you know, for a lot of people, because of not having insurance, when a small risk comes up, you immediately stop the original project.
Yes.
Now focus on medication, treatment, hospital bills, you know, all those things with the money that was made for the construction. That's where the insurance space comes in, to give you the cushion.
Okay.
Because of the unforeseen. There are people who will get sick, who pay the bills. At times people get sick, they don't have the money. You go to hospital, no one wants to hear your story. They're telling you, if it's cash,
if
go
you
that
don't
side.
have cash,
if it's card, go this other side.
Yeah.
No one will ask you whether you have a title.
No
one will ask you whether you are an MD. So that is where the insurance element comes in, to give you cushion in case of such, you know, unforeseen emergencies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.